Buddy, welcome to Authentic Hustle number 44. My gosh, guys, this is a fun one. This is a crazy day for me. I'll put it out there for the world. Today is my 37th birthday. It is also the celebration of my 5 years in entrepreneurship with Capital Business Development. I launched it on my birthday at 32, and here we are at 37. And then along the way, my son popped out and he was born on my birthday. And so I literally have a triple threat day today with a 5-year anniversary for my business,
That's
a
awesome.
birthday for myself, and a birthday for my son. So there's a lot. It's a lot.
That's awesome.
It's a lot of day. But it's a cool day. And I'm excited to just be here with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I get to do this on my birthday. It's something I look forward to every week.
Well, I'm excited you're here.
We were talking this morning, me and Shelby and me and you, Colin, were talking about it as well. And Vijay, I'll just bring you into it. I was talking about how fast time seems to be going. And how if I look back 5 years ago at my business, the way it started, that it is like a night and day different business. And I was making the case in my show today. I was talking about on the Business Development Podcast lessons that I've learned over the last 5 years in entrepreneurship. And one of the things that I've learned is that there is absolutely no way to predict the future, period. Like, I don't even know why companies are even trying to do 5 and 10 year plans at this point.
Yeah.
What is the point? The world is so different 2 years from now than it is today that I don't think that many companies should be focusing much more than 2 years ahead, because I don't know about you guys, my crystal ball is very broken.
Why? I'll tell you what, on the business end, let's just say I did make a plan 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, where the business is going to go. And then when Buddy Boy there got elected, all things changed on the business front. So all of those business plans change. And I'm not blaming anyone or complaining about it. That's just a circumstance in my life and in my business. So every year there's a different circumstance for every business that's going to hit like that. So what do they call that? The 50-year, I think the Chinese do a 100-year plan, right?
Wow.
And I get it. But how do we do that now? Right? How do we do a dynasty? Like how can we plan for that? And I think things have changed with businesses, even flipping or selling businesses, that type of thing as well. People used to not get into the business to flip it, right? Or even talk about selling it.
It was like, we're building a business. That's all we're doing.
It's like when people bought a farm and when they were settlers, right? They just became homesteaders, and they're going to homestead, and they're going to 100 years, it's going to transfer on to whoever. Now it's like, no, we're selling it. Right. Quarter section of land's worth $4 million in Alberta. Okay. For sale. Right. Vijay, welcome.
Yeah. Morning, guys. No, I joined to a different riverside actually. So, and it was
ours.
Two links actually.
And I know you say good morning. My good morning was about 5 hours ago. I realized you're probably just rolling out of bed. Right.
I'm just like waking up right now. So slept at 2:30 a.m. But guys, I agree with the conversation where it is flowing actually, because how do we even predict the future? We can only do so much planning, and after so much planning, I'm sure I've seen it. Probably everything will go wrong, or at least 80% of things can go wrong. So. I've seen it happen time and time again. So I'm not the master planner. I'll tell a different thing about I'll come back to business, but when it comes to vacation and tourism and whatnot, people tend to plan a lot. Plan a year ago, 3 months ago. I'm not that guy actually. I like to plan it like a day ago, or maybe that's my planning.
Me too.
Actually, because every time I plan it months ahead. Almost 8 out of 10 times I had to cancel the plan because something else came up, someone got sick, we don't know what was happening. So almost every other time, and the opposite also came to be true, because every time we did things unplanned, it was more interesting, and the trip was more overall satisfying than the other trips that we actually totally planned end to end. These are the spots that we're visiting, and so I take that lesson, bring back to life as much as possible. I take life as it comes, one day at a time. Yes, we do plan, and that's why we create the marketing and the site and the messaging. All of that is great, but try to take things as it comes, because the future is uncertain. Actually, we can only be prepared so much to deal with it. That's what I think. I could be wrong here, but
No. I think we have to leave room for, is spontaneity a word? Spontaneous spontaneity.
Right.
If we don't, I'll give you an idea. So let's just say, Vijay, I called you and said, "Hey, I'm going to take you to Disneyland in 2029." And you said, "Oh, what a great friend." And I said, "Vijay, you know what's going to happen? You're going to walk through the gates of Disneyland, and Mickey Mouse is going to be there, and then Buzz Lightyear is going to be on the other side, and you're going to get a snow cone, and there's going to be a parade." Right. And that doesn't happen. But for the next 3.5 years, all you've thought about is all these great things that we planned for and that are going to happen. And so to bring that into real context is, we can do that in business, and we can say, here's our budget plan. Here's how we're going to roll out. Here's how many customers we're going to acquire. This is what it's going to cost us to acquire them. And then Monday comes, we hit black ice, we hit the ditch, like literally not in a car, just in business. And we're laying upside down going, "Oh shit, what now? I've ruined your trip."
Yeah.
Right. So I think over planning, you have to plan. I mean, we're sensible at what we do. We make good business decisions. Hopefully we make good life decisions, but over planning, I think, sets us up for a little bit of disaster. Right. And then once our mindset, like if I hit a roadblock, I have to be able to reset my mind real quick, or I just go in the dumps. Right. And Kelly's really good at getting me out of them. Like, he notices when I'm headed down. Thank you, Kelly. Headed down that road. And he's just like, "Hey, are you okay? Hey, what's going on?" Right. He knows I'm not normal Colin, but part of that is because I allow myself to maybe over plan. Right. I'm not making weird decisions. It's just, I'm like, here's what I expect to happen. And when that doesn't happen, now I have to scramble and figure it out. Right. Does that make sense?
Totally. And I always say, the best things that come, you'll never see them coming. I don't know about you guys. Like, that's just a motto that I've learned to live by now, because it seems like everything that I plan for never goes to plan. And the best things that could ever happen seem to just show up as opportunities to say yes to. And it's like, I think the secret from that is, I'm not saying don't plan. I'm still an avid, I will sit down over this Christmas break and I will write out goals for the coming year.
Of course.
That is the extent of my planning. I will not be sitting and making a 2-year plan, a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan. I will sit down and I'll write out some goals, both personal and professional, for 2026. And that is the limit of my foreseeable planning, because even with those, things change so much in 6 months. The new opportunities come up, things shuffle, and you might have to pivot. And I think maybe flexibility is the greatest skill that any entrepreneur can have. The greatest mindset is the ability to not be rigid with your plans, to have the plan, but go with the flow, because the flow is going to go likely in a different direction. It might not be a completely different direction. That doesn't mean that you can't still hit your goal, but the way that you get there might be a completely different path. And that has been true for every year of my business.
Well, I think it's why it's important. I'm not a huge sports guy. I watch hockey and some other sports, I guess, sometimes, like if it's the Grey Cup or the World Series, then I watch those. But if you think about it as a sports analogy, why do they have a playbook? They have a playbook for every play, not one play. Nobody does one play, right?
Yeah.
So in the event of this happens, that guy turns that way, this guy goes this way, what are you going to do? I think if we sit down and plan out a playbook better for our business, we can, shift and jive, or whatever you call it, right? You can move to the left, move to the right, move forward, move back, move up, move down, do whatever you have to do in business to make it work. So having that playbook is very important. And in that playbook, having many plays. Does that make sense? I don't want to dumb it down to nothing, but knowing what to do in the event of, right, is what makes it better for us and gives us better outcomes.
I think what's interesting, though, is sure, you can have the playbook for different plays, but the variables in what's going to come at you is completely unpredictable and could be a million different things, which is crazy, right? So it's like, I think you do have to get good at making decisions in a moment. I'm not sure that a playbook works for every scenario, but I think that's why understanding your values and what you want to do and what you want to accomplish and what you will say yes to and what you will say no to and why being the other side of it too, right? We have to get just as good at saying no to the things that don't make sense for us, that don't move us forward, right? And as entrepreneurs, we say yes to everything, right? And we need to get better at saying no to the things that don't make sense for us. And I think that's a hard learned lesson from every entrepreneur, period, is you want to get to a place where you have the ability to say no and only say yes to the things that work for you.
Yeah, true. Right. Vijay, what's going on in the noodle there?
I'm the audience here. I'm like listening and like enjoying the conversations. It's sometimes you're like you become a student. I've told Kelly I'm a pathetic student. I'm a pathetic teacher because I am actually. I have to learn by myself. I'm a self-learner. I have to learn by myself. If someone forces me to do something, submit this assignment on Monday, it kind of messes with my head. Actually, it doesn't work at all. I've struggled with it. So when I get an opportunity, when it auto submits and it just sits and listens, I allow it to happen. So that's what I was doing. So I was allowing to listen to you guys, and then I was understanding what you guys were actually sharing. Very thoughtful, actually, because we can only have a goal and so many things. I've set goals. Goals. Some happened, some didn't happen. So every time I was too rigid with myself in terms of like, oh no, I have to follow the schedule, I have to follow the goal, I have to follow the month. I was beating up myself like so much. All the negative talk. Oh no, I didn't achieve it. Oh, the week didn't go as planned. So I kind of came away from that mentality. I'm kind of like letting it flow as much. I'll have an outline overall. Okay, fine. This is where I want to go, and I'll have an outline, and I'll try to hit as many boxes as I can. But at the same time, I'm not going to beat myself. Like I'm 41 years old. So like I'm because I struggle any negative talk and I beat myself too much. I speak very calmly and politely to everyone. But like when I talk to myself, my wife often tells me, I think you're too harsh on yourself. Don't be like that. I am like that.
I think so many of us are like that, dude. You're not alone.
Yeah. No, it's very true actually, because like I think we got to be a little kind to ourselves also. I've felt that. And I'm learning how to be kind to myself, which is the hardest part. To others, I can be. So that is something I'm learning. If you guys have any tips, let me know.
As entrepreneurs and leaders, we set our standard for what is acceptable up here. Yeah. And we set the bar so ridiculously high that even us, we can only live up to it a fraction of the time. And then we're like, why can't we be here all the time? What is wrong with us? And the answer is absolutely nothing. We've just set the bar way too high.
Yeah. Well, it's I gotta find this. You guys go ahead. I gotta find something that I'm gonna
Vijay
tell you about.
Take me back. Obviously, I've been reflecting back on the last 5 years of my business career. I launched Capital Business Development on my 32nd birthday back in 2020. The world was absolutely falling apart. I was like, what am I doing? Am I crazy? I remember sitting across the table from Shelby and her even being afraid, being like, are you sure you want to start this business? Like, are you sure? We'd only been dating like a year at that time. So I'm not sure she like believed in me 100% yet. Right. Like, we have a small family now. Like, are you sure you want to do this thing? I'm like, I think I can do it, babe. I think I can do it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think I can do something. And dude, my like V1, and I talked about this on my show today, V1 of my company was a dumpster fire. And I had no idea what I was doing. And it's funny because I was talking to future entrepreneurs on that show, Vijay, and what I was saying to them was, V1 of your company is going to be a dumpster fire, and that is totally okay, because you are coming to entrepreneurship from a lifetime of employment, and you have to shift. There's a brain shift that has to happen that takes years. It takes years and many, many, many different experiences and lessons along the way. And I'm proud to say the company that I have now, I'm very proud of. I think we've come a long way. I think we offer a great product throughout every business line that I have. But it took a long time to get there. And I guess one of the questions that I had for you, Vijay, was, did you find like a fairly linear progression with your company, with Xaddwell? Obviously, you've been doing this now for going on 8 years. Bring me into the progression of Xaddwell from the beginning to where we're at today.
Yeah, I mean, even prior to starting Xaddwell, I think 2012 or 2013, I could be wrong. It was right around like 12, 13 years ago. We started a small a listing company called like Nearest Home Food, nearesthomefood.com at the time. So basically, we wanted to offer, so everyone was eating outside. How can we? And like there are great cooks even within the home. And if there's someone wants to sell pastry or like pickles or anything like that, how can we do that? And me and my friend at the time in Bangalore, so we started this and we designed the website and everything and went going. And there were like 2 weekends actually. We were working also. We sat back to back and created these beautiful flyers, man. And like wonderful with the chef hat on because like, and we were giving all the inspiring. It was really beautiful. There was no AI or anything, but we did that. And we would go stand in front of the grocery store, me and my friend, and have these bunch of flyers. These are like beautiful flyers, actually. So we'll create and give it to people, right? And hey, take a look, nearesthomefood.com and things like that. And someone look, okay, thank you. Yeah, we'll get back for something, right? You get the standard response. And also we saw some people actually will see like, okay, crush it in front of us and throw it and throw it in front of us. That's a most crushing feeling because you've spent the heart and soul doing it. And those were lessons actually in terms of like it's not on the other person, but at the same time it can be embarrassing, can be humiliating, and I think that's part of the process. Even through building Xaddwell, right? We reach out with good heart and good intention. At the same time, like stop messaging me or anything like that. I think it's part of the process. I think that is something I'm learning. And I'm not a traditional sales guy or anything like that. You know, right? So those are the lessons I'm taking back home. So I mean, not take things very seriously. I mean, maybe they are busy, whatever. Give them the benefit of the doubt. And so building Xaddwell, it was not linear at all. When we wanted to offer something from a traditional consulting, I think we have got the model, narrowed it down so much. We didn't have any idea what we were starting. This is the fifth version of the logo and the business card that we've actually formulated, but it has kind of narrowed it down to be able to productize it, to be able to sell nuggets. Okay, fine. Here's what it is. Start at something like that costs less than $100 and like you can scale up from there. I think I was telling Grace the other day, I think we are kind of creating a revolution when it comes to software consulting. Not many people get it. We don't have the marketing scale to go to millions of people at once, but we are trying to hit from the ground. We are trying to build it ground up because we are bootstrapped and we don't want to take VC money. And we're building it one day at a time, Kelly. It's like I don't have the 10-year roadmap. I know it's not going to work, even if I have it. So
well, and especially in the tech space, right? Like when I look back at when I started Capital, dude, the only AI I knew was Terminator Judgment Day. That was it. I had no idea that this was going to be a thing. It was like, I want to say 6 months into the business development podcast, the very first time that I tried ChatGPT, because people are like, have you tried this thing? I'm like, no, who's going to use this stupid robot thing? Well, turns out all of us.
Right.
But we couldn't have seen that coming, right? And there's no way. There's 0%. Kelly with his head in the sand technology-wise, there's no way that I would have seen that coming. And so it's like, I kind of made the case that like 2 years ago, I didn't know about AI, or I was just starting to use it for the very first time. And now it's part of pretty much everyday process in one step or another. So how in the world can you make a future plan of any significance when, for all you know, a technology that is going to change the world in a significant, substantial way, even beyond AI, could be right around the horizon? It's going to happen. We don't know what it is yet, but it's going to happen.
You know where I think things can change and why maybe it feels faster is people are baiting us, right? I'll use a Gary Vaynerchuk or just different guys I follow. And they'll say something like Vaynerchuk said last week, if you're not, if you don't have a TikTok store, only good for American citizens, right? You can do it. You can't do it in Canada. If you don't have this and you're selling e-commerce or whatever, and you don't have a TikTok store, don't be mad at me in 2 years and say, I told you so, right? We can follow these guys, the Zuckerbergs or whoever it is, and go ahead in the future, like a year, 2 years in advance. They're telling us what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Right. They're planting that seed and telling us, and there's enough proof in the pudding already to know that if we don't follow that, and I don't mean all of it, but if we don't follow that, then don't look back and go, geez, I didn't see that coming. Right. Like we live, even as ridiculous as I see real-time politics, right? Like what's happening with videos and, you know, just everything going on politically, we can predict a little bit of tomorrow better than we could have 2 years ago or 5 years ago, right? Like we've gone from censoring the news to the news is right in your office today. It's happening and we're watching it happen, right? The president speaking, he's living his life in living color, right? So I don't think we have to.
As Canadians, we're still having our news censored.
Yeah. Yeah. We just get
let me just put that out there.
Yeah, it is. It's so bizarre.
I don't get it. It's crazy.
Right. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think we can predict our future a little bit better. I don't mean my personal future. We can predict what's going to happen a little bit better because we can connect the dots. So here's the quote that I wanted to read to you guys. If you start now, you'll begin seeing results one day earlier than if you start tomorrow.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
So it's basic, right? It's the things that my kids always are, you know, disdain for me saying because I'm always saying stuff like that. Yeah, but it's true. So you don't need to plan for 10 years from now because how about you plan for today?
Yeah,
right. Just start today because if you're not starting today, don't worry about 10 years from now. And so that's just kind of how my mind goes, and I find success in it.
And every time you take a step, the next step is revealed to you.
Right.
And I think maybe that's the other side of this is you don't have to have all the answers. No. I definitely don't. I still don't. And I know nobody in this room does. And probably nobody on earth has all the answers, including our lovely leaders of all respective countries. Yeah, no. They don't have the answers. They're taking a step. And then they're trying to analyze what is the next best step. But the funny thing that tends to happen in entrepreneurship anyway, is that when you take a step on a path to creating a product or a service or anything you want to do, a podcast, every step you take leads to the next thing. Oh, now I have to do this. Like it just becomes obvious. And I find that it's just like following the trail of breadcrumbs. You know, if you look at, like, I like to use The Hobbit. I love The Hobbit. Frodo's got a big mission. He's got to make it all the way to that mountain, slay that dragon, and get that gold. That's a long ass way for somebody who's never left the Shire. But he does it one step at a time. Every time they do something else, the next step is revealed, and eventually he gets there, and eventually it happens. It just, you have to get started. You have to get started. Right back to what Colin said.
Here's the other thing too is it's old, but success leaves clues, right? It's kind of like you said, follow the breadcrumbs. There's clues, right? If we follow the clues, success leaves clues. Follow. If you aren't in whatever vocation you're in, right? Check out the people who have made it, who have been there, right? Been there, done that. Well, follow in their footsteps, follow their clues, you'll get there, right? And the people that are there are not there anymore. They've moved ahead, right? So it's a natural trajectory just to keep following that path. And it's what keeps me going, right? Like the light at the end of the tunnel, like I'm the king of cliche sayings today for some reason. The light at the end of the tunnel isn't just a train.
But sometimes it is, so be careful.
Yeah, don't walk that line, right?
If you walk, let me give you a nice Canadian proverb. Yeah. If you walk the train tracks too long, you will get run over.
But And it's not going to be good.
No, it's not going to be good. Yeah. Colin, you know, talk about the Hypervac journey, right?
Yeah.
Were there unexpected twists for you in that journey as well?
So like 25 seconds after we signed the paperwork, COVID hit. And we were in deep, right? And I just had a meeting a couple weeks ago with my partners, and the one guy in particular really loves like a publisher, right? Like let's have slides, let's have that type of, he likes pictures. So I built it in there and I just said, where have we gone from February 1, 2021 till today? And it started with COVID, right? And then, it just went from there, from COVID to everything that changed in the world to now right up to tariffs. And then we've had some good success in the last couple of weeks, a little bit of a market shift in our business, which is always good. It's fun then. It gets fun again. But we've had so many things that I've only been one time in this world, right? We never had it. Yeah, there's a plague, those types of things, right? But I mean, in my lifetime, right? Never had those. Where we live in Canada, we don't have a whole bunch of natural disasters. A tornado could hit or something like that. So we've seen
or the wind could pick up in Lethbridge.
Well, when it's not windy, our backs hurt, right? Because we straighten out. It's like, what's happening to my back? What is wrong here? Right? Well, my forearms are big because I'm holding my door open in my truck, right? Like,
yeah, you're fighting the doors everywhere you go.
Right? Like it's like you're catching shopping carts in parking malls, right? Like,
the one time I came to visit you, my damn truck nearly blew off the road.
Right. And I'm sitting outside like it's nice, right? Yeah. It's just Tuesday. So, but any of those things, like we've had so many, of those, I won't call them anomalies, but world happenings, things that change the whole trajectory of the business. But now it's becoming where, okay, that's a playbook, right? Okay, we've seen this before. What do we do now? We're getting really good at asking more questions. Right. So we come up against something. I don't think we were ever this good because we never had to ask. We're getting really good at saying, okay, keep asking. Let's keep digging. Let's keep digging. We no longer stop and accept. We just keep going. Right. Which I think has been really good for, a lot of people that we work with. It's been good for me because it's proving out that I'm like, well, there has to be a way. There has to be a way. Right. This can't be it. And I think, I don't know. I can't say, oh, I know these people that just stopped and failed. I think we fail when we stop trying.
Yes.
Right? Like it can be super hard.
We fail when we choose to go a different direction.
Right.
And is it failure? Not for everybody.
Not for everyone. Right. And like we had a really, really shitty situation we were facing the last few weeks. And we just kept going and going and going and going and saying, well, this can't be it. This can't be the way it's going to end.
Yeah.
And you know what? We broke through, but we only broke through because we kept making phone calls. We kept investigating. We kept trying.
Yeah.
And we did. And so we can't now sit back and go, okay, now we're here. Right.
Yeah.
I climb Mount, like what happens when you climb Mount Everest? You got to come back down again. Right.
And then
climb the mountain behind it. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think those are the things that keep making us better, and keeps me, happy to wake up tomorrow. Because there's been times when I'm like, oh, this can't happen another day.
I made the case that like the entrepreneurial roller coaster is so crazy that you can have like rapid ups and rapid downs sometimes in the exact same day.
Same day. Yeah.
Like it's like you have to really be prepared. Like not only is it going to be up and down because it is inevitably, even when things are really, really great, eventually something's going to happen and it's not going to be so great for a little while. Yeah. However, I think the one thing that I've learned is what goes up must come down, but what goes down eventually goes back up again. So at the end of the day, you have to almost have the mindset that like, no matter how bad it is, it's just temporary. It's just temporary.
It is.
And something else that's really, I believe in a higher power. I believe in God. You guys can believe in whatever you want out there, listenership. I don't care what you believe in. All I want to say is this: have something beyond yourself, because the reality is there have been things that have happened in my business that don't feel like coincidence. As my favorite podcaster would say, too much of a coincidence to be a coincidence. And I think there's a lot of that in our lives. And I feel like more than once, a hand has been helped out and been like, not yet. You're not quitting this journey yet, Kelly.
And you know what, Kelly, I think I can't think of the name. It was a doctor you had on the podcast, medical doctor. He was talking about synchronicity. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Right. And ever since I listened to that one, I thought about that a lot too. Right. Like things aren't just happening. Right. Like he laid out in his life, in his medical field, how he like I can't remember where he was from. Like he was the medical officer over Spain.
He was the head of a massive medical group.
Yes. Like massive. Yeah. Right.
He wrote the book. I'm trying to he wrote the book ChatGPT MD. And hold on, I got to fold it up here.
And then he would say that was synchronicity. Right. Yeah. That was the term that he used for everything. And it really resonated with me because many times I can sit back and go, oh, that's why that happened. Oh, that's why that happened, right?
Robert Pearl, Dr. Robert Pearl.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the head of a group called Kaiser Permanente Group. And if I remember correctly, he oversaw like 1,500 plus physicians. Like it was significant. Yeah. And he wrote a book talking about how generative AI is going to likely replace medical diagnostics in the future.
Yeah. And it was interesting because he what I loved about it, it really opened my mind to the fact that he would talk about these thousands of people. And then here I was overseeing this hospital or this medical group, like.
Yeah, like literally multiple hospitals.
Yes. Like, and then he was in another continent. Right.
Yeah.
And then he was like, that was just synchronicity. And I'm like, wow, like humble yet enlightening. Like, I'm like, yeah, true. Right. Because I'm still waiting for a big day. I'm playing the lottery now with my Jewish friend, the guy that keeps winning.
You're just waiting for synchronicity.
Yeah. And so he told me when we win, I'm going to be the one in the picture. He's tired of people seeing him. Yeah. And that's what I'm going to say. Oh, just synchronicity. It was bound to happen.
Bound to happen. Right? Yeah, absolutely. And then when you win, me and you are going to start playing together.
Yeah. Things will be a whole lot.
Synchronicity.
Bring me in.
That's right. I don't quite understand all his algorithms and everything else he does.
Yeah.
Other than if there's a guy you could ever win with, that's the guy.
That's the guy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So
that's
fellas,
a great place to end it.
Vijay, Kelly's birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday, man.
Thanks, dude. That's right. I already got sung to once today, Colin. It's okay.
Yeah. I already sang to him.
Awesome. No. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. 38.
37 this time. Yeah. Although I lived 32 twice. I completely forgot 33. So
yeah,
I did that on 52. So I get it.
Amazing, guys. Well,
I brought an image here. Can I share it? Like just to close, we were talking about like quitting, and I just want to share it. I really liked it. I posted it the other day. I posted when I like it. So this is an image that I like it. Just giving some disclaimer even before sharing this is like, there are some endeavors that just are like pathetic, just won't work. And like, make your choice. If it doesn't work, go ahead and shut it down and quit it. But at the same time, I'm talking about people who believe in the journey, who are passionate about what they know it is going to work, and they know it's a great idea. They've kind of like formulated 90% of it. They're waiting for the last 10, 15, 20% of it to actually go to the next level. I'm talking about them. So this is an image for them. It's where you see like people awful like, that's negative talk and things like that. So this is something I'm talking to myself. Like I'm not sharing with anyone. It's just like I'm talking to myself. Like don't quit, just keep going. So that's the image I want to share.
Maybe one of the things that I like to flash back to on this particular topic is that when people launch podcasts and they expect their podcast to just be an instant hit, right? Guys, it never works that way.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is look at the top shows and the lengths of time they've been around. And if you look at like the top shows, like Gary Vee's show, or what's the other big ones, the Hormozis, things like that, they've been at this game for 10 years.
Yeah.
Some of them longer.
Yeah.
That's how long it takes to have a top one show. It takes probably 10 years to develop that level of like people recognizing you and then them telling people about you. Like, it isn't linear, but it still takes a long time. And it's the same thing with anything in business. I think with capital, we've just found the right model this year. It took 5 years to get there. I truly believe that. I think we're just at the point now where we have the right model, that this thing is ultimately going to work for me and my clients. Before it was always disbalanced. It was either working only for them or working only for me. And I think now we're at the point where we have the right model that helps everybody the appropriate amount. We have the right service offerings that make sense for different organizations. The only way I could learn that was time. There was no replacement for it. I had to not fail, but I had to reiterate until you figured out what ultimately works. And it's starting to come together. And that's amazing. But it took time. There was no replacement for it.
Cool.
Iteration. Yeah. Right. Reiterate. Yeah.
Reiterate.
Okay, guys.
Close it down.
Are you going to end this or what?
Close it down. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Okay. Thanks. I guess I'll finish. Thanks for tuning in. This is Authentic Live and not rehearsed, obviously.
24.
Everybody, have a great day.
Later, hustlers.
Hustlers out.
Call